friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analysis. First of all, I would like to tell you that if you're watching this video first time, subscribe my channel to see my more upcoming videos on analysis of different commodities and equity indices. And second important thing is to watch this video till its end to understand it solely to take your decision. Your one like will motivate me to be regular in working more hard for you. So let us start the day to analyze the movements of natural gas futures in different time frames. So friends, here you can see a weekly chart of natural gas futures. Here I've already explained that in a weekly time frame the natural gas futures have been repeating the moves what we have seen during the year 2018. Once again we have seen the repetition of these moves in the year 2021. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures started a steep upward move from the levels of $3.757 in August 2021, and since then we have seen a sharp rally in natural gas futures when the natural gas futures have finally tested a high at the levels of $4.726. But here I find that in this sharp upward rally, the natural gas futures currently trading well above the major resistance what we have seen here during the year 2018, which is currently at the levels of $4.633. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures have closed the week at the levels of $4.712. So friends, here I find that finally the natural gas futures undoubtedly sustained above this immediate resistance during the last week, but here I find that the trading remained very indecisive on last Friday, which indicates that we have entered in a bootstrap zone as same as we have entered here during the year 2018 above this level. And here you can see that how during the year 2018 we faced stiff resistance at the levels of the 4.633, and every upward move above this level was sold from their highs. Here we have seen the natural gas futures continue to struggle to sustain above this level but could not, and finally started to move downward during the second week of October 2018 when we found a steep downward move which continued. So friends, here I find that once again we have entered in a bootstrapping zone where we could find a steep downward move anytime. Undoubtedly, we are currently trading well above the first resistance in a weekly time frame, but here I find that the second resistance could be at the levels of the 4.8. Here I find that a system move above the levels of the 4.8 could encourage some bulls to go long in attempt to test the next psychological resistance at $5. Here I have marked some psychological resistance. First is at the levels of $3. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures constantly struggled a lot for many weeks when it was trading well below this psychological resistance, and finally found a breakout during the month of May 2021. And the second psychological resistance is at $4, where the natural gas futures found a breakout here in July 2021. But here you can see how it was very difficult for natural gas futures to sustain about this psychological resistance, but the natural gas futures found a breakout, and finally the natural gas futures showed some exhaustion during the second week of August 2021 and tested a low at the levels of $3.737, from where we've seen a sharp upward move in natural gas futures. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures sustain well above the levels of $4.782 during the upcoming week, or find a gap up opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week and sustain above the levels of $4.788, undoubtedly the natural gas futures could try to test the next major resistance at the levels of $4.937. So friends, undoubtedly this level seems to be a stiff resistance, because last time during the year 2018 the natural gas futures could not cross this major resistance level. So friends, here I find that currently the natural gas futures have entered in a bootstrapping zone. So here I find that anytime we could find a sharp downward move in natural gas futures which could drag down the natural gas futures back up to the levels of $4.4, where the natural gas futures could find their first support, and the next support can be seen at the levels of $4.217. So this level seems to be a major support for natural gas futures. And friends, here I find that a breakdown below this level at $4.2 could break down the natural gas futures to test the psychological support at $4. So friends, here I find that level of $4, which used to be a psychological resistance till the natural gas futures were trading below this level, but now the natural gas futures have sustained well above this psychological resistance. So this psychological resistance has turned into a psychological support. So this could be a major psychological support for natural gas futures in case of a downward move. So friends, now let us check this move with the help of Ichimoku cloud. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures start the upcoming week with a gap down opening and find a big down below the levels of the 4.631 on the first trading session, we could see a sharp downward move in natural gas futures where the major support can be seen at the levels of the 4.4 and the next support can be seen at the levels of the 4.230, and the major support will be at the 9 days moving average, which is currently at the levels of the 4.123. Undoubtedly, the US Gulf Coast energy companies have started to apply full efforts to restart facilities, but large hurdles remain for producers and refineries. The unexpected delays in the restart are raising concern over the adequate storage going into winter. Undoubtedly, the natural gas futures look ready to test the levels of $5 as there is still about 2 months left in hurricane season. So friends, here I find that the need of travelers to keep a visible eye over the current position of tropical disturbances and the hurricanes. So here you can see that how the hurricane rally is heading towards this area, but I don't find that this could create any disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico. But here you can see that one more tropical disturbance is here. So friends, here this disturbance is forecast to emerge over the southwestern or south central Gulf of Mexico on Sunday and then move northward or northeastward over the central Gulf of Mexico through the middle of the next week. So here I find that this could create some disturbance in this region. Here we will have to keep a visible eye over the movements of this tropical disturbance. Undoubtedly, this disturbance has very little chances of turning into a cyclone within the next 48 hours, but this could lead to heavy rains in this region, which could disrupt natural gas production sites. And secondly, the weather conditions could remain in favor of natural gas beers. So friends, here I find that the natural gas beers could remain active during the upcoming week. So friends, here I find that the natural gas futures could find stiff resistance above the levels of $4.8, because this level from the levels of $4.8 to $4.937 could continue to provide stiff resistance from where we will see the continuation of selling pressure in natural gas futures. And on the lower side, I find that a breakdown below the levels of the 4.633 could continue to drag down natural gas futures towards the levels of $4.4. And here I find that a breakdown below the levels of $4.4 could push the natural gas futures towards the levels of $4.2. So friends, now let's check this move in a daily time frame. So here in a daily time frame, here you can see that how the natural gas futures have been facing stiff resistance at the levels of the 4.723. So here you can see that how the natural gas futures continue to face stiff resistance during the last three trading sessions of the week, and on Friday the natural gas futures showed stiff resistance at the levels of the 4.712. So friends, here you can see that how the natural gas futures have been trying to sustain well above the levels of the 4.633. Here I find that the uptrend is intact, but the natural gas futures showing some exhaustion here, which could lead to the beginning of the upcoming week with a gap down opening on the first trading session of the upcoming week. So friends, here I find that the volatility could continue during the upcoming week, especially on next Tuesday when the markets will open following the long US Labor Day weekend. So friends, here I find that this could lead to extremely volatile moves in natural gas futures. So friends, here I find that if the natural gas futures are not able to hold the major support at the levels of the 4.217, the natural futures could test the levels of the 3.954 during the upcoming week because this fall will be extremely steeper. We could see the natural futures could test the levels of the 4, and finally the natural futures could even test the upper end of Ichimoku cloud, which is currently at the levels of the 3.940. So friends, be ready to see an action in natural futures. So thank you friends, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to share this video with your more and more friends. Thank you.